Video on my 7,000 watt system. It's a little cooler right now. It's kind of hot earlier, so got this from this is a do-it-yourself. I did everything myself, except for I bought it all in a kit. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath. I went up 2 stories to get this video, and I had a ladder sitting here, so got a couple other videos out on this, and not all of them show the whole panels up on the roof. So you can barely see these from the ground because the pitch of the roof is about a 3.5 and 12. So it's actually very easy to install. This kit has microinverters. So when you have microinverters, you don't have to have all your conduit labeled high voltage. When you have one big inverter, this all have to be labeled high voltage, and if you cut through that, and the sun's on it, it's always hot. So that high voltage stuff is. So if you're looking at a system, you want to look at one with microinverters. So this system is 7,000 watts. I got them here. I got them set down there, and it's a little over 7,000 watts. And so I ran the conduit. I have to run the conduit on the top of the roof, guys. That's how that was required by code where I live. If I put it inside, it had to be on a special raceway, they call it. And putting that raceway in the attic would have been just a nightmare. It's much easier just to do it this way. And it had to be 2-inch spaces, or 1.5 inch spaced from the roof. So perfect for a treated wood 2x4. So anyway. Passed inspection first time. So this all was on a set of plans, and all the parts were on the plans I got from Go Green Solar. So right in Placentia, we're in Southern California right here. Nice beautiful sunset, look at that. Amazing up on the roof right here. I got a lot of palm trees over there. See the palm trees? Yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Mid-September. It looks more like August right now. Usually September is a little more windy and clear. That's been changing. So anyway, so I got these from this whole kit. Now the kit came with everything but the conduit here and the electrical boxes on the side of the house. I may just show you those in a second too. So it came with everything except for the home run stuff, which is basically goes from the solar panel up to the wiring, and there's a few switches and stuff. It came with, you have to have all of your attachment method. All this has to be fire code and engineered for fire to be able to pass inspection. So you have to get this stuff all in a kit from a kit company. If you try and make this stuff on your own, this stuff right here, all these things here are all stainless steel, aluminum. It's all engineered. It's all super strong. I even dropped one of these panels off the roof, and it works perfectly. There's no issues. So these things are super tough. They'll take some, it would take hail if you're in a place where it takes hail. I mean, this stuff is just like rubber. It's not rigid. It's real flexible. So anyway, so I put all these up on here. I had to get a permit, and did all that through the city, and that was a little bit of a nightmare because the city didn't want to give me a permit because they're like, oh well, that's dangerous, because they only know about the old solar with the high voltage. So Go Green Solar actually called the city. We were going to call the city, and they said, well, listen, if we have any more problem with this, we're going to call them and we will get you a permit. So just so you know, it's buying the kit from the right people makes a difference, and they were really, really good as far as that goes, and they offered me all the help and everything to do the job. Unfortunately, I knew how to hit the rafters and how to do the work, but if you didn't, you could call them, and they actually have a tech there to help you do it too. So that was pretty nice. So the whole kit with microinverters, I think, was $13,500. And then it cost me about another $1,000 for all the stuff, you know, boxes and everything else that I had to get, which I'll show you in a second. But flashings like this here, you had to do that right. It has to be tucked up underneath far enough. And then the home run where it goes down the wall had to be on the outside. Sorry guys, but it's required. And then the boxes there were not included in the kit. I had to buy those. But all the attachment method, all the plans, all that stuff, the important stuff is all included. And in the plans specified all the types of conduit and the wire sizes and everything that I was supposed to buy. So it was really easy to do. I went to get an estimate from solar companies. They wanted $35,000 to do this, and it took 4 days. 4 days work with 2 guys, and I'd never done this. So can you imagine somebody who's been doing this for a while? 2 guys, 2 days, easy, no problem. They could put all these up here. So let me show you the rest of the system. So here's the rest of the system. Comes down the wall there, flashed off from the roof. Ground I put on the outside as it was specified in the plans. That's why the ground is like that. Then the inspector goes, "Oh, well, you could have put that inside." I'm like, "Dude, it says right there, free and air." So I didn't want to argue at the end of the job. So of course it passed, like I said, first shot. He came over here, signed it right off because everything's right. So conduit came down, goes into here. So I had to buy this box. The stickers all came with it. With the kit. Oh, there's extra stickers in there. There's my breakers for each panel. It's like double overkill what they require, what they have here, because I've got, you know, a breaker here, I've got a disconnect here, I've got a meter, and I've got another breaker there. I mean, come on. It's so overkill. Why they have it like this, you know. As you can, so that's my service panel. Then you have to have a breaker that's like this with a handle. You can't just have a service disconnect with a handle. You can't have one that you just pull out with the code that we have where I live. And the meter, the city provides this meter. They charge me $20 a month to have it, but still, I pretty much do not have an electric bill. And we run the crap out of air conditioning and stuff. I mean, it's like my electric bill was probably in the summer was like $400 a month, and now in the summer I do not have a bill. I have one usually in December and January, and usually it's like $100 between those 2 months or something like that. So that's what's kind of cool. So if you guys are looking at doing this, really do not hire a solar company. Do it yourself. Buy the kit. Go to Go Green Solar, buy the kit. Hire guys. If you don't know how to do it, hire somebody, you know, an electrician to put it up on the roof. It'll still be cheaper than 20 grand. And so if it's like 4 grand, say, and that would be a heck of a lot of money for an electrician for 2 days to come over here, professional who's good to do this. You know, you're going to save $150 to $200 a month electric bill. So, you know, 15 grand or even 20 grand to save $200 a month, not a bad investment. You know, but if it was 35 grand and you only save 200 bucks, it's really kind of it's not so great. So, yeah, I'm not producing anymore. Too dark. I could see this thing moving earlier. It's not. So, no, it's not producing now. I'm drawing from the grid. So it draws from the grid at night. During the day, I'm pushing back into the grid the whole time, even with the air on. So that's how this stuff works. And if you're looking at doing this, you know, don't be afraid of it. It's you know, and plus that, on top of that, I got a $3,000 rebate from the city. So if you figure that into it, I only got really like 13 grand total labor and materials in this thing. So, and it pays for itself every month. So, you know what? Solar's the way to go. It's a good thing. It's not going to hurt you. But if you get somebody to do it, you're going to get hosed. especially with the prices. They're charging $5 a watt, and you should be able to do it easily for no more than 2. So that's if you do all the if you order the stuff and you have pay guys to do the work. So anyway, don't be afraid of it. I'll talk to you in the next video.